Smiling at the fucking devil. Have you ever tried seeing yourself from the outside? Memories are fading, yeah, moving on. I wish you would stay, but you're gone. But you're gone.
I knew I forgot something. I always forget this. I did so good for a few weeks. Now I can never remember this. There's my face. There we go. Oh, okay. Look at what we have here. We're back to the PD model. I saw a just a short video that I think explained why it was the trig was not working before. I think I need to be in pose mode. Oh, my arm! I think I need to go this one. Copy rotation. Which one did he say? I wish I didn't have the memory of a turnip. Target to ear. Bone to no? Is that not loud? Hello? Maybe hand. Well, that's kind of working, sort of, not really. Let me go back to maybe I screwed that up. Target, ear, born, okay, ear, hold, oh my god, ah, oh my god, oh my god, ah, ah! That was scary. Hello, Sledge. I'm guessing this is gonna be feet, yes. Let me... I've already got her textured and everything. We're just doing the rigging part now. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Our lightning bolts are just clouds accidentally shocking the earth when they get close, like with static electricity. Yeah, if they like, you know, when they're rubbing their faces and stuff, and then suddenly it's just like, ah! Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm safe. This is wrong. Where's the constraint? Why are you being weird? Oh wait, I think I forgot to do another thing. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Earn. Coin. Okay, earn. Target. Earn. Coin. Yibit. Connected. That's marked off. Can't wait for the V to be. Me neither. It's proving a lot harder than it should be. But I am also an idiot, so that's not saying too much. Bone constraints. Okay, yeah, we were in the right thing. Should I actually? No, I need to be in post mode. Okay. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Okay, that is centered down there. Why is this constraint part gone? Why are you like this? Body rotation. Okay. That's what I wanted. It's not working the way it should be, though. So, how can I just lock it onto the target? Try this. I'm just gonna see. Well, I don't need you pointing at it. can't be right. See, this is supposed to be like when I move this way. Like, say I want to go inward. That is not really what I want. I don't want to go that extreme just to get my elbow to rotate like 20 degrees. Ow. Okay, okay, this is supposed to have the IK on it. Okay, that makes more sense. I forgot about that. Draw or not to draw? That is the question. I say to draw. Unless you don't want to. Then draw. But if you want to, then draw. Then not draw. Then draw or draw. Drawing not. Drawing an answer to draw with your draws down while you're trying to get clothes out of your drawers can draw some unwanted company. Yeah, B's version is to shoot or not to shoot. I had a drawing of something like that. I can't remember exactly what she said in there. Hold on. Where? The answer is always shoot. True. Very true. Yeah, I did this drawing like about a year ago now. Because it was during the Ink of May, Ink a Day of May thing. Because I was trying to make sure I still did some drawings of Fee during that. Where is it? Maybe it wasn't during that time. I thought it was. Okay, was going to say, am I just an idiot? I mean, we know the answer to that, but I mean, like, how bad is it?
I just wanna get down.
What the crap?
I just wanna get.
Why can I not find this?
I just wanna get down.
There it is. Yeah, I had it where she said to be or not to be dead. How the hell is that a question? Wow, I don't know why I could not find that. That was dumb. Okay. Okay, that is something bad.
I just wanna get. I just wanna get.
I'm wanting to figure out how I can have it where this doesn't go too far.
I just wanna get down.
Limit this one.
Get down. I just wanna get.
Target. Here. One. Repair on. Oh, I forgot I need to get rid of that. So I used to have Streamlabs, and I had the CloudBot thing, and I had a long list of audio cues that you could do, and it would play it some audio clip. But then I had to get rid of that because I was having issues, and I have yet to actually fix that. Alright, cool. I figured out something without having to look at a tutorial. Was the audio in question destroy the child? No, it was actually the recent comic I made, where Like there's only one thing worse than the rest. It's and then rips off the piece of paper and there's child, points at it, and then the guy looks at the camera and goes, a child. Because that is one of my favorite clips of all time. I still laugh at it when I think about it. That's better. Why did you not? Oh wait, do I have? I think I have to be an object mode. No, I'm not that. Oh, whatever. Okay. Let's copy this. Human brains made the words for human and brains. That's why we should trust them. They get it. Okay, what? See, my problem is that I have to do this stuff every day for a long period of time for me to remember it. But then the other problem is that I don't want to do that. And my brain's just like, no, we're not doing that. We have other things we need to do. Like everything.
Base hits, mind splits. Return. Base hits, mind splits.
So then I can't remember nothing.
Mind splits. No return.
Where?
Mind splits. No return. Rush injection.
Woo. Playlists. No. No. I need to do this. Where is it? There it is. Ah, that's what it is. Oh, F2. No wonder I couldn't remember that. It's a weird suffix. We're working on left side, so R. And
No return. Base hits. Mind splits. Deep burn. No return. Base hits. Mind splits. Deep burn. No return. Base hits. Mind splits. Deep burn. No return. Repeat.
now why? It's not the center point's right here, in the middle, like it was with the legs. Why you not over? Why you not move? Listen, why do you not like doing 3D model. This is why.
No return. Base hits. Mind splits. Deep burn. No return. Base hits. Mind splits.
Also, I just realized I didn't do that with bones.
My desire. My desire.
Not even flipped. Why are you the way that you are? Why are you gay? You know, my OC I made for the Ink a Day of May is just an Eldritch Horror mixed with a Stickman. Nothing wrong with that. What did I do wrong? I don't know what I did wrong. Well. One needs to be .r. There we go. That's why it wasn't working. I can't spell. Okay. Finally. Okay, so gonna save. And I think this is really all we need. So I'm going to do this. So we're maybe an object. But why are you a stick? Why'd you turn into a stick? I imagine if he just conquered a planet, then some Bill Cipher with a body comes along and bonks you with a snake, then grows his arms and dances, and he knows about the cameraman. Okay, why are you stick? Why are you stick? That's only an object mode, okay. And now it's not a stick. Why? Okay, you know what? Whatever. I don't care anymore. Alright. Just select these. And then parent. Automatic weights. That's not right. That looks uncomfortable. Or pose mode. Yep, that's jank in pose mode. But it's not jank in edit mode. I don't understand that. Okay. Then all right, let's
Androids dream. I'm here to tell you, we can.
in pose mode. Why are you not? Why are you not? Why are you not? You were just doing, and now you're not. I swear, I'm not typically this stupid. Well, at least I'd like to think that.
Mankind does not want us to dream.
What? Seriously, what am I doing wrong?
And through Control Tab or this drop down up here, enter weight painting mode. Here,
Mm. 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 I'm pressing the things and it's not. It's just acting like I'm not. But I am. Why? You select the stupid... There we go. What on earth are you down to? What?
Androids can.
What? Okay, well, we don't want any of this. Wow. Come on. Constant. That's what I want. There we go. That's much better. So this is why it was being stupid. Because for some reason, it parented to all sorts of stuff, even though it shouldn't have. It's parented to the opposite side. What are you doing? Okay, we're gonna try this again. But I'm not gonna do automatic. I'm gonna do, I think it's empty first. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and just paint it in right off the bat. So right side shoulder. Oh, need to switch the weight. Oh dear God. Well, that's not right. That's what we're gonna have to deal with for now. There we go. So we're doing weight painting right now. It is the part that binds the model to the rig. Yeah, I mean, this is really the first time I've like officially used it to any extent, really. There is a thing to make it to where whenever I have one like I parent to one bone, it removes that weight to the other, and I can't remember. That's been quite a while now since I've had to think about that. Don't need that there. There we go. And we don't need you here. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Nope. There we go. Whoa. Just trying to make it the same all around. I don't know why it's not showing all bone deforming vertex groups add up to 0 while weight painting or assigning to elephant. Is that what I want? Alright, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a bit. I do appreciate it a lot. That is not what I wanted. What would you do? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I didn't even select anything. What was that? I need to do another one of those constraints. Limit, I think location. No. Limit distance. Yeah. And then that way, or it's still gonna do that. Why are you? Oh, right. I'm dumb. I forgot. I forgot to do the thing. Okay. It's still going that way, but it's not going this way. Okay, it's just not. I don't want. I don't know what happened. I did something. Blah. She seems like the type of woman to snap her hand off just to stab people with her bones. I mean, she has done that. She has been in restraints and she has broken her body to get out of the restraints to kill people. Yeah, I've realized I need to rename all of these. Because I screwed up when I was doing the name batch thing. There. Okay. Cat, move your leg.
This area is contaminated. Find the closest exit as fast as possible. The gates are closing. This is your last route to the exit. 3, 2, 1.
Why are you singing through? I don't want to see through. That has rotated the arms by like 90 degrees. Okay. Edit mode, it's fine. Post mode, suddenly everything's stupid. Let's move on to the stuff. want to see what envelop does. Didn't do anything. Okay. I don't think that did what I wanted. So we're gonna... Oh dear God. Nothing right happened there. Okay. Select these. And then do that. There we go. There's just empty groups. There we go. Okay, left leg. Why are you not? Ah! Okay, that's what it is. Auto normalize is what I was talking about earlier. Nice thing about working with low poly models, I can just click where the vertices are. I just kind of wish it would let me see the vertices. I remember being able to do that. I have several vertices right here. Why are you not detecting them? What are you doing? You have to... There. Ooh. I have to fix that. There we go. Now the other leg. Blarg won't let me do it. So I'm wanting to have this bone attached to the pelvis. I want to see what that does. got that. I'm starting to think that what I should have done when I modeled the legs here is that I made the box for the pelvis and then I made separate objects for the legs. But I didn't want to do that. I thought it would cause issues. But now I'm seeing that it's just causing issues that because I didn't do that. Why are you not selecting? Would I just be on the inside and do it? Did that go through? It didn't. Okay, cool. Alright, now select the feet. Go to weights. Left foot. Left foot's gonna be everything. This or not. Well, crapsicles. Okay, fine. Can't have anything easy. Eh. Come on. There has to be something I'm forgetting to do to make it to where I can actually see the edges and everything. But or maybe that's it. Just wanting to see the dots, because that's the vertices. I know. We got bad weather coming again. So excited. That's too much. There we go. And that one. Whoa. Too much. Okay. And then toesies. Come on. Okay. Where am I going? There we go. All right. That's far less painful. Right now, the other one. If I can just line this up just right. Missed one. There we go. There we go. There we be. Where am I? Help! Okay. Eh. Ooh, okay, that went a lot smoother than expected, which is great. There we go. Aha, aha, aha. Right, now cozies. And moving stuff around because I'm tired of using my mouse. I'm going to use my pen. I wasn't using my pen before because I had a cat laying on the desk. And you're not allowed to disturb the cat when they're sleeping. shit. I don't know why the arms have been such a problem. Oh, that's edit. Okay, I was like, I don't. Okay. I almost started crying. All right. It is essentially working. Sort of. I need to make some change with the textures. Ah! Whew, okay. That's working how I want it to. I mean, tweak the textures, and I probably should add one more edging right there. Have I really only been streaming for an hour? Why does it feel like I've been streaming for like 3? Holy crap. Yeah, well, I'm going to take a quick break, a little potty break. I suggest you all do the same thing. And I think I'm good. I'm done with working with the little 3D model here, so we'll do some drawing stuff. So, I will be right back. Okay, back. Gonna save. And then move move over to clip. So we do have our Deshane concept here. I'm still kind of brainstorming how she should look. So what we're gonna do actually is we're going to work on Hokane. Now I have done one concept sketch of his head, but now we're going to do like the rest of him. Okay. Whoa. Trying to lower the tablet, and it started falling. Hello, Betsy. We just got done working on rigging the PD model and doing some weight painting with that, and now we're going to do some concept art for Hokane. And just so that everybody is up to speed on who I'm talking about. Come on. This is what his face looks like. So we're going to do a full body concept dealy. But yeah, I already love Hokane. All the ideas I have for like the kind of character he is. So in like the novella, B had the spiritual mentor that was like gentle with her and understanding and everything. Hokane is a complete hard ass. He has slaughtered so many people and everything in his 37 years on the front line. He is like an ultra badass. He is very, very well known in the Empire. Pretty much anybody who serves on the front line for 30 years becomes real, like, super famous. And then he served for an extra 7 years. It's 37 years. 37,000 dead. 2 found. That's why that looked weird. There we go. Yeah, Hokane is one of the few Forza Morte Necru to reach the age of like 60. Most only live to be about 30 to 32. And that's kind of pushing it. He's almost as old as... Shut up. Okay? Shut up. No one can be as old as me. They'll die before me. Their bones will be too brittle. They didn't drink enough milk to withstand all those years. Yeah, I drink like a gallon of milk a week. My bones are invincible. That's why I've never broken one. I don't want his look to be where, even though he's in the 60s, he's still built like a shit brick house. Mainly so that whenever I can write a scene where like he's doing like hand-to-hand combat training. And of course, there's going to be that one that's just like, huh, I could take on this old man. And then he's just like, one move, face on the ground, blood everywhere.
Tombstone, killing shit. Tombstone, killing shit. Tombstone, killing shit.
I have this idea of, because I'm probably going to write a short story about him. At least a vignette. Probably do a few of them. Of like the war stories that he's famous for. And one of them that I want to do is actually inspired by something that happened in World War II, where it's him and a handful of his comrades holding the line until reinforcements arrive. And reinforcements takes like over a week to actually get there. And when they finally showed up, Hokane and his squad had killed so many enemy forces that they actually managed to build a like 10-foot wall to fortify their location. And when reinforcements got there, Hokane said along the lines of, we were wondering when you were going to get here. We were just about to make plans on building a city hall using the bodies. Like something along those lines. That would be embarrassing for the reinforcements, but badass for him. Imagine being so late you need to crawl over bodies. Yeah, they were, like, they would have a lot of, like, close combat stuff going on, and whenever they would slaughter the enemy, they would just grab their weapons and just use those. So essentially, they were never running out of ammo. He's gonna be holding a rifle here. Infinite ammo glitch for GTA. Yeah. I need to reload. Stabs an enemy in the throat. Takes their gun. There we go. Much faster. What I want. There we go. Yeah, so, anytime a Necru soldier is able to survive for 30 years on the front line, they are requested to go back to, typically Necropole, but sometimes it's to their, like, home planet, and to aid in the education of future Necru. Because clearly they know something. O'Kane denied going back for 7 years. Because he was like, no, I'm gonna die on the battlefield. I don't care. They can figure it out. Until he, him and his squad were ambushed and he almost died to injuries that he should have died from. And so then after that he was like, well, okay, I guess I'm supposed to go teach. And so then he goes back to Necropole, and his first day of teaching was when he got shot in the head. I wouldn't want to teach snot-nosed brats either. I'm too busy backflipping over people. I'm a little busy being an absolute badass to go teach. Ask how you and the cats are doing. I'd assume not blown away by tornado, but you never know. Well, I mean, I somehow fell onto a hay bale, but I was also in Pennsylvania, so that was rough. And then when I got back home, the cats were mad that I was gone, and I was like, "Where the hell have you been?" But they didn't respond. And oddly enough, we're having a thunderstorm. I think right now. Yeah, right now. So, yeah, that's fun. I love thunderstorms. It just always snows where I am. That sucks. Sending all the snow directly on top of you, specifically as you beats. You bastard. How dare. What did I do? Oh, crap. That was loud. You've been a little too productive recently. I have barely been productive. What are you talking about?
pretty face. Just another pretty face. Bang my line, girl, I wanna see you out tonight. Waste my time, got
Also, so like
neon lights.
in the short story,
Respect, I got none of that. I just wanna
B like
taste.
instantly idolizes Cocaine because he just like he has that aura of like
I've been replaced.
ultra badass,
Just another pretty
which is
face.
why she's like she wanted to be a soldier, but then she saw Cocaine. It's like, no, I need to be an officer. And you might be able to notice a little bit of similarities in his uniform.
Just another pretty face. Just another pretty face.
No, he refuses to wear like dress codes for teachers. He refused to follow because in his mind he's like, if I'm going to teach these kids to be soldiers, I need to show them what a soldier looks like. And so he only wears his uniform, his officer uniform. Laundry is for dweebs. thunders. So, I'm thinking of like medals, kind of looking like these, which is a reference, not to any like pop culture thing, but to like actual culture thing. Because I did a little, I don't mean little, I mean very little. It's just to get some design stuff. But in some Native American cultures, this symbol, if you put like a circle under it, means either death or like a dead body. So I'm thinking I should have their medals be this shape. Most cultural things for Necropole I derive from the Mediterranean area, but I kind of like this idea. Though I will probably want to look up some symbols of Mediterranean cultures to see what they've got, but I do like this one. Yeah, I love doing fun fact things. I love putting little tiny like Easter eggs sort of stuff into everything I do, so that people who are paying attention can like derive a bunch of stuff from it. I find it a lot of fun to do it that way.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Suicide doors on the foreign import.
Me, I'm the person paying attention. Ignore the lack of ADHD meds. That thunder is ridiculous. Holy crap. Off topic, but I don't know if you have this up anywhere. What device do you use to draw? Is it a tablet connected to a computer? Yes, it's a tablet connected to a computer. It is the XP Pen Artist 24 2K. For the longest time, I used Wacom. My first Wacom tablet was a Wacom Bamboo. And it was one of those, just like, it was a drawing pad, so it didn't have a screen on it. I used that for a few years, and then I switched to a. What did I use during college? I can't remember what I had in college. Probably because I only had it for like maybe 5 years, and then after that, I got a Wacom HD 13.
She's not.
Guess we just failed to raid you because someone else has a similar name to yours. I didn't think anybody had a similar name to mine. But who was it? Brain. Yeah, so then I had that basically up until 2024. I don't know if you got raid blocked or it's because you spelled it wrong, because there's an S at the end of mine, and I just looked up and I'm not finding anybody else with that.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful.
Because I don't have any raid blocking going on in mine with my streams, because I am an attention whore. Well, now that you mention it, I want to make doubly sure. That I don't, that Twitch just switched that back, because I know I made it to where I can be rated. Yeah, I allow raids. The only requirements I have is that they have at least one person viewing, and that the account is at least 30 days old. So I think that was more of a misspelling thing than anything. Well, that sucks. Oh well. Maybe next time. Would you recommend Wacom? I can't tell if it's good or just the dominating company. So Wacom is good, but it's also really expensive. I was using Wacom for years because that was like the premier, the best tablets to get. But I went with an XP Pen this time because XP Pen and Huion also make very good tablets, and they're a lot cheaper. Like this one that I have, I think it cost me less than $600. I did get it on sale. Like I waited till a sale, but still, or maybe no, this one cost me $700, or like a little bit over $700. But that's because there's 4 versions of this, or no, 3 versions of this. There's like the regular one, which is 1080p, the 2K one, which is in 2K resolution, and then there's the Pro, which is in 4K resolution. Well, I didn't want to spend another $1,000 just for 4K because I don't care about 4K. But I was like, 2K does sound nice. I'd like to have a little bit crisper view of things and all that. So I'll dish out the extra couple $100 to get the 2K one as opposed to the 1080p one. But typically what I would recommend is going with Huion or XP Pen. I have to go into here. Come on, load up. Yep. Click on the thing. Pretty sure that's how Huion is spelled. And then that's XP Pen. I recommend those two for really good quality products that are a lot cheaper. Yeah, pretty much the only thing that Wacom has going for it is legacy. But yeah, those other 2 companies have really picked it up where things where they have good products, where they're able to actually compete. Because when I was in college, it was basically like Wacom or nothing. It's kind of like Nerf. It's Nerf or nothing.
Oh, you're ready to.
Now I can draw my anime girls in better quality. Hell yeah.
Oh, you're ready to.
I heard something. Guess not. So this is acid burns from when he got ambushed, and that's what took like half his face. Celebrities after drugs. Yes, exactly. Holy shit. That scared me. I always forget how loud that is. I don't know if it's as loud for you guys or even if I have it set up where you can hear it. But it's really loud for me. Whew. Maybe do a fright. Hello. How is you? Look away for 1 second and then blam!
I'm disconnecting from the world. I'm breaking free, and I let my wings unfurl, escaping the noise that the world has made. The time has come.
Thank you for letting me know. I have been messing with audio stuff a lot, and no one has said anything, so I figured it was all good. So thank you very much for letting me know.
I'm disconnecting from the world. I'm breaking free, and I let my wings unfurl.
One thing I always do
Escaping the
when I'm
noise,
drawing faces, I make the noses so freaking long at first.
the time has come.
Take two. I'm doing alright. Really upset about my pictures being all messed up because of that delivery. And last night's stream was not all that great. That was kind of frustrating. But I took my nephews to the park today. Well, we went and got lunch and then we went over to the park and hung out there for about an hour and a half. Came home, dropped them off, came home, kind of hung out for a bit, just trying to figure out things like what am I going to do with my life and all that, and then started streaming. Oh, also took a nap. Existential thoughts and a nap? Woo! Sign me up. Best way to spend your day. Hang out with family. Question the point of it all. Take a nap. Wake up. Question the point of it all. Start streaming. And basically always question the point of it. That face is messed up, but I don't feel like I'm working on it right now. I like this uniform. I have been non-stop since 6 a.m. today. 3 church services in Techland, 2 Pokemon pre-releases, and ramen with friends after. Oof, I'm getting tired just reading that. Pokemon mention, who would be have on her team? I don't know, because I don't know Pokemon well. Whoa! Hello, Raiders. Why did my raid thing not do? Damn it! Why my raid not raid? Hold on, because I really like it. Where's raid? Why is raid not raiding? Here, wait, no, over here. Well, as I'm trying to figure this out, hello Raiders. How was stream? How was everybody? What you do? What was going on? How long did you stream? What's your social security number? Yeah, that didn't do the right alert at all. Hello. Alright, I will triangulate your location and I will send the package soon. Why the raid not raid? Has the volume turned off? Why? Why you do? Why are you the way you? Why are you gay? Please deliver a pizza to my roof. I can call it a pizza. I am doing okay. I'm annoyed that my raid thingy did not do, because I really like it. I think it's very funny. Let's see if it'll do it this time. There we go. I like that. That makes me giggle. Where are you get? It's like one of my favorite, just like quotes. So ridiculous and funny. I say it to my friends all the time. Ah! See, that one works. Not sure how this works. Are we attacking? Who knows? Just start firing. Hello, Stitches. I forgot you were sleeping back there. So what we is doing. By the way, I'm missing mine's hello, and I have an obsession with a character named Major Fee that I came up with last year. And so we are further feeding that obsession by doing some character concept art of other characters in the books that I'm writing. This is Hokane. He is a military veteran who served for 37 years and has retired from that to become an educator, because the culture that he comes from is essentially a war machine. So the setting is that it's a sci-fi setting there is an empire called Necropole that comes from the planet Necropole, whose capital city is called Necropole. Because I'm very good at naming conventions. Yeah, I will just go ahead and show a couple things. Let's see. One of my favorite images of her is this one. Yeah, this is Fee in the center, and that's her elite guard in the back. I just realized something. Doesn't your mask have an 8-ball where the third eye would be? Fee has something similar with her target. Yeah. So Necropole, the culture there is that it's a theocratic military oligarchy is essentially what their government is. They're extremely religious, so think like Imperium of Man. And they're on a crusade against the universe to wipe out all life. Fee is what's called an extemorti, and an extemorti is essentially an immortal. There are different flavors of immortality. Fee has what's known as perfect resurrection, where she comes back to life when she's killed. And there's a whole lot of stuff with that. I have a lot of lore already. If you go to like the little thing that has like links and go to my Wattpad, you can find some short stories and a novella that I have written that's within the Feeverse, and I'm currently working on a follow-up to the novella. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's probably going to end up being the length of a book, like a short book. But it might end up just being a really long novella. I'm not sure. And then that will be the final installment for the Major Fee origin book. And then I'm going to put that all together, re-edit it, and then publish it in like physical copies. And then work on the second book, which is going to be super fun because it's going to be a horror story, and I'm super excited because that's where I like to live. But yeah, so the religion of Necropole is that they worship death, not a god of death. They worship the actual act of dying. Yes, I'm essentially working on my first book that actually has a chance of being published. So I've decided to write it in segments just so I can get something out. So I have a short story, which is followed by a novella, and then that's gonna be followed by what I'm working on now. And yeah, so I'm super excited to get to all the other stories. Because I have dozens of vignettes planned out, a few short stories, at least 3 other books. Like, I'm super excited to get to all that stuff. You write too? Oh, cool. There is a Discord group that I am part of that you should check out. They're very good people, and they're all about writing and everything and helping each other out. It is called the CWC. And everyone there is a writer of some sort. And it's a great place. I don't write I wrong. Well, somebody's got to do that. Otherwise, how can we tell the difference? But yeah, so Cocaine here is just a normal, what's called Necru, which is a person from Necropole. And he served for 37 years and retired to become a teacher. He's like an ultra badass, and he is a extremely famous war hero. Partially because he was on the front line for 37 years. The average life expectancy of a person who goes into the frontline part of the empire is the oldest they tend to get to is about 32. Very few make it past that. And so for those that live for 30 years on the front line, they're asked to become educators. And Cocaine was like, I don't want to educate. I want to be on the front line. Migrated chats just to be beat by ads. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of the ads. I would like to, but I can't. So I just have ads run 1 minute every hour. Because I make like jack and just from it anyway. Should work on the mini comic while you're here. I mean, that would be fun. It's not like I'm all that entertaining. I'm just geeking out over the stuff that I come up with. But Hokane here is part of Fee's origin story because he becomes her, like, military mentor. And she just, like, idolizes him. And everything. And I don't know, I just really like this character. There's hardly anything in the writing with him right now. But, like, all the stuff that I have in my head about this character, I'm just like, he's so cool. But yeah, he was on a mission and got ambushed. And like, basically he had acid get sprayed onto his face. Kind of like Two-Face. Except with him, it literally ate everything except for, like, a few... like a small amount of his skull. So he ended up surviving that. And was like, well, I guess I'm meant to go teach. Because I should have died from that. So then he goes and teaches. And his very first day of teaching is when Fee finds out that she's immortal by being shot in the head and coming back to life. So that was an interesting way to start your teaching career. Well, it's nice for you to stop by in the raid. Go ahead and give a follow. I stream every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Friday and Sundays we do art, and then Saturdays we do games. Right now I'm doing a challenge run on Pal World that I came up with, and it's going terribly, which makes it funny. Oh! Honey's watching me. I feel really proud of myself for making that the follow sound. I just feel like I was smart with that. Because I never get that feeling, so... But yeah, tell me what you guys been up to. Anything cool going on? I know that spring break's happening for a lot of people. I can never follow spring break stuff. I'm too old. Ooh. I wish I could draw. Spring break? My spring hasn't even started. During the week, I stream furry art and racing games. I've been trying to get into furry art because it's lucrative, but nobody wants to commission me to do furry art. Like, I did this one guy's OC. Where you at? There's something wild about this statement. I've been trying to get into furry art because it's lucrative. I mean, it is. Tell me I'm wrong. Here it is. Place the folder. Okay. So there's this guy called Working Man Games on YouTube, and he is like Southern as all hell, and like he'll even say he's like trailer park trash. And so I made his OC, or I drew his OC, and this was fun. Wait until you hear about feet. I can't bring myself to get into feet. I've been defeated too much. On Sundays, I'm trying to do story-based games, and I'm making a little process on the misadventures of Tronbon. I feel like I've heard of that. At least Tronbon part. It's a PS1 Mega Man game. Oh, okay. That's why Tronbon sounds familiar. Okay. I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, I did that drawing for that guy, and he was like, "Holy shit!" Because you can tell by the way that character looks, he does thirst the shit out of that character. So he was happy. Yeah, so I really like Power World, and last year I was watching a bunch of challenge runs of RuneScape, and I was like, huh, I can't do that with RuneScape because I don't know nothing about RuneScape, and I don't want to pay money to actually do all the stuff that they do in those challenge runs. But I have Power World. And I really want to get back to playing Power World. What if I did a challenge run in Power World? I've not seen anybody do it. Of course, I've not looked either, so I don't want to spoil it. So I decided to do a challenge that has like multiple layers. The challenge is I need to capture 100 of every single PAL in order. So I have to capture like 100 of the first one in the PAL index or whatever it's called, in the Pokedex. And so I have to capture 100 of the first one before I can even start capturing any of the second one. And then on top of that, I can't do any kills. Although I already ran into a problem with that, to where I accidentally killed some. So anytime I do kill them, I have to capture one more. So right now I have to capture 103 of the Lamb Balls. So that's fun. And then I can't buy any that are not currently ones I'm capturing. I cannot get the eggs because those are random. And so just can't do that. What else? I also am building a mega base. And it has to be a functional one, not just a giant box. Like, it has to be interesting looking and stuff and have things going on with it. And I needed to start building that in a non-beginner location. And boy, was it a chore just to get to the location that I end up getting to. Died several times. Hello. How was you? Just talking about what we're doing on Saturdays. Well, hello, friend. I am making character concepts of characters. Surprising, I know. But they are characters in the stories for my OC Major Fee. And this is Hokane, who is an absolute badass. And I really like how his uniform looks. Yeah, she's the one eating popcorn and watching, and then all the things going by above her is fan art that people have done of her. Because I absolutely love it when people do fan art. Makes me very happy. Which reminds me, I can't believe I forgot to do this. So what? One thing that we were doing earlier in the stream was I was working on what I call a FED model. I'm working on a low poly 3D model of Major Fee to use for videos as well as VTubing. So we did some of that earlier and then switched over to doing character concepts. I really need to do this while I'm thinking about it. Otherwise, I will forget. Unfortunately, it's been a while, so I have to scroll quite a ways. Or I can just go to notifications, that'd be quicker. Where are you? Ooh, 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 ooh. That's how it goes. I'm paraphrasing. Where are you? Confused owl, confused owl. Save image. Yeah, sorry, I really need to do this because I realize there's been an injustice on my part. Don't know if that's Thank you for the follow. Scared the crap out of me. Where is that one? There it is. You know what? I'm over the other failed raid. You got 2 new followers. Yeah! I hope those pop up. Because they're not saving correctly. And I saw a thing where you can get rid of the WebP or whatever it is. But I can't remember. Because I have the memory of a turnip. But yeah, I just realized that I didn't have any of Sledge's works in the fan art folder. Yep, exactly that. WebP. Yeah, if you could do that, because I do have a fan art channel on there, so you can just post them in there, and then I will be able to grab them and put them into the fan art folder so that they will appear in the image scrolls, an image slideshow. Yeah, I've been doing... Well, I've always been curious. How did you find out about Abyss Cafe? I'm really good friends with Salty Fish Boy. We've been friends for, like, I think about a decade now. And he told me about it. I'm gonna head out, gotta fix my sleep schedule because it's almost 11 for me. Yeah, it's about 11:15 here. I guess sort of fortunately for me, I don't have to wake up early. So yeah, but if you have to wake up early, then yeah, get some sleeps. Thank you for stopping by. I does appreciates. I do stream every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I will hopefully I will see you next Saturday or next Friday. This coming Friday. The Friday that's going to be. Yeah. Right. See ya. I really like this brush. It's a default brush in Clip Studio. It's just the dry ink brush. I don't think I even changed any settings with it. I'm going to do this. That is way too thick. Too many C's. If anything, this might be a good time for me to find my comic creation book. I've got a few of those. I have one, How to Make Comics from Wizard magazine, I think. Those came out in the mid-2000s. They collected all of the entire series as they came out. Learned quite a bit from it. That did not work all that great, but it did something, so whatever. Found Stan Lee's How to Draw Comics and 2 out of 3 of the Making Comics books by Scott McCloud. I think I've seen the Making Comics by Scott McCloud, and I think I've heard about the Stan Lee one. I do want to mess with the settings on this brush just a tiny bit. But I'm tired of the low opacityness there. I don't think that did it. Whatever. Still don't know how to structure a comic that isn't basically a 4-coma Japanese 4-panel comic. The way I kind of treat like comic structure is similar to how I treat paragraph size with my writing. I just do whatever feels right with it, and like as long as you know how to make the eye flow properly throughout it, there's not really any kind of like set in stone structure for it. It's like the way you structure a comic is as much of a style thing as your actual like drawings. At least that's how I feel about it. Like my favorite way of doing it is I don't know what the actual term is, but essentially like a column. That's my favorite way of going about it. And it can range from being 3 panels to, I think I made one that was like 24 panels once. Is it hard to make it format on most things? Yes, but that's how I like to make it. Yeah, it's a good one. If it's one I think it is, which I'm pretty sure it is. That was one of the things I really wanted to be. Was I really wanted to make comics, but I also really wanted to be a filmmaker. Which is why I enjoy making comics, and I write as if I am putting the movie in your head. I feel like my writing style is different than most writing styles that I've seen. But I don't know. I'm not that exposed to all that much writing because I have a hard time reading. I can't read. I'm practically illiterate. Which I always find funny that I am a person who barely reads and I'm a writer. Another thing I should probably say is that I am also an educator. I have done a lot of like teaching with art over the years. Are we in an ad? The thing says we're in an ad. Are we back in the ads? Was anybody actually in the ad? Okay. I have streamed on Rumble. But the only people that were ever interacting with me on Rumble were crypto bros, or AI dipshits, and scammers. So I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like being here. Yeah, I was like, well, if I don't feel like going to another website and being a failure there, so I'm just gonna just continue being a failure where I'm already at. Speaking of hydrate, I should probably hydrate too. It's been a minute since I took a drink. I really need to get my audio clips set up again. Because I miss those. Those were so funny. I needed to get another chatbot thing for that. I used to use Streamlabs, but it was just causing issues. So I need to find me another one. I also need to upgrade my computer. But I can't afford that. Because I am unemployed. And disabled. Trying to get onto disability. Yay, hydrated. I really like this uniform. Oh, Donut, if you're still here, could you pay the art tax and show me send me a link or something of stuff you've done? I love looking at people's works. If not, then I'll catch them next time. Well, that works. Surprise Automod didn't grab that and went crazy. Oh, cute. Well, that link doesn't work. Okay. Okay. I like it. Cute stuff. Just had a horrifying idea for a Fee punchline based off of the Y2K movie Bruiser. Well, tell me. That's my key. Kitty wants attention. She never gets any attention. She's so starved, poor thing. I'm so mistreated. Oh, poor baby. Poor kitty. And now she's laying on my shoulder. Like, draped over my shoulder. Not like a parrot or anything. Like a dead body. Oh, I missed some circles. There we go. That ear is way too big. There we go. AU Major Fee reveals that it isn't a mask. Her face is just stuck most of the time from battle wounds, and the tape stuff is so she can show emotion. Yeah, that would definitely be an AU thing. Somehow knowing George Romero made the film makes Meet the New Face of Terror even more appropriate. That's good. That's some good stuff. Alright, I'm liking this design. I might want to do some tweaks, but I'm liking this design right now. It's kind of similar to how what was it, Friday? I did this concept for a character known as Jashane. She is essentially an antagonist. She is part of the ruling oligarchy of Necropole. They're known as the Extra Mortai Kule. And it's comprised of just immortals. And they run the empire. She is one of the oldest. She was born during the transition of the Seven Kingdoms turning into the Galactic Empire, which then later is going to turn into the Intergalactic Empire. So that makes her about 10,000 years old by the time Fee comes around. And she is very much someone who hates the fact that Fee is the way she is. And by that I mean does not play by her rules. And just does her own thing. And refuses to join the Kool-Aid. So they butt heads quite a bit. Unfortunately for Jashane, Fee actually eventually will have combat experience. Jashane has never been on a battlefield because she went through. So the Empire is divvied up into 3 categories, essentially, or triangules is what they're called. Where's my cursor? There it is. So there is the Forze Morte, which is the frontline military. And I have to specifically say frontline military because technically the entire empire is the military. But yeah, and the vast majority of the citizens of the Empire are in the Forze Morte. Like 80% of all the Necrus are frontline military. Then there's the Ingenha Morte, which is more of like research and development, mechanical engineering. They're the builders that keeps the empire running. And then there's the Idar Morte, which is essentially like the administration, the people who run all the paperwork type of stuff, and politics falls into that. And Jashane spent her whole life going down the path of being in the Idar Morte. So she never actually got to be on like a front line or anything. She has military training, because every single one of them does. But she has not really touched that for 10,000 years. So yeah, but Jashane ends up being like one of the first ones to hate Fee because of how resistant Fee is. And part of the reason why it's such a big problem for Duchesne is that there is a history loop of sorts. It's not a prophecy, it's just like a pattern that's been seen. Where if there's is an influx of Extra Mortai being discovered, typically around that time there is a massive change for the Necru people. Like when the first 7 Extra Mortai were discovered, it was when the Necru people were going from living in tribes to actually making nations and stuff. And then there was a cluster of like, what was it? I have it written down. There was like a cluster of like 26 of them being discovered over a 200-year period, and that was the time when the Empire was being formed. And then not much has happened. There's been little clusters of like 5 to 7 being discovered in a short amount of time, and then there'd be like a big discovery or a big change in the Empire, or a new foe that was a challenge to deal with. But in recent years, as in the time that Fee was born, there's been about, I think, what did I have? Yeah, there's already been 10 discovered in the last 20 years. So the Kool-Aid is like, oh shit, something big's gonna happen. And they're afraid that that's gonna be them losing their control. So that's why they're very much against how Fee is. And now they're also terrified that Fee is going to be the catalyst of that change that's going to make them lose control of everything. And, since it'll be relevant to the mini-comic, is all non-Necru Morte free game, or does Fee allow some So Morte means death. Morte means death of other. Mortai means death of self. So basically, so the term would be non-Necru. Yeah, it's a language that I've made up, so I'm not expecting anybody to fully understand it because I'm still developing. But that's how the, you know how like Spanish and other languages, they have like male female terms for words for stuff. Necru's language, it's either it has to do with self or it has to do with other. So that's how theirs work. In universe, they the Empire is extremely xenophobic. Like, you thought the Imperium of Man was xenophobic. Like, they are nothing compared to the Necropoli. They're extremely xenophobic. So, yeah, in universe, outsiders would never be able to join because they would be killed. The only kind of exceptions to that would be synthetic groups, whether it be empires or just small groups. Because Necrus don't believe machines have a connection to the ether, therefore they're not living things, and so if they don't get in the way of their Ulta Morte, they just kind of like, okay, well, we'll ignore you if you would ignore us, or if you can help us, that would be great. But they will destroy them once everything is done, because everything needs to be gone. But they don't need to know that. So in universe, that's kind of how it would be. But like an alternate universe, yeah, she probably would if it would be more on an individual basis. So, like, if she just really likes the person, then yeah, out of universe, that would be how that works. But yeah, being strictly within the Feverse, no. Now, the only exceptions that Fee has with that is she does have pets. If she really finds a species super interesting, she will get a genetic sample of them so that she can essentially like brew her own ones for a little while. But she only ever does it enough to where she can have like maybe 2 generations, if that. And having pets is not unheard of completely in the Empire. It's just extremely rare, and essentially the only people who are known for doing that are like really eccentric. Sophie fits in that like very well, which is why nobody really bats an eye when they find out that Fee has pets. But Fee also doesn't like... She doesn't have just a cat that hangs out in her office or something like that. No. She trains them to use them on the battlefield. Because what's the point otherwise? Mainly, so I came up with that because someone made a character who would be like an adopted daughter of Fee's, and the character's so freaking cute. And I was like, oh god, I really want to put this into, like, have this be canon, because oh my god, so cute. Like, it hurt me so much. That's how cute the character was. This was the character that they made. I didn't draw this. They drew this, and oh my god, so cute. And I was like, I gotta do something so that I can have something like this in it, because oh my god, how could I not? So like, she would have a creature like this as a pet, train it to kill, basically. I could see a Sikkim for Mama Fee kitty. Yeah, she would definitely do something like that. I kind of like how this turned out. Definitely need to make a different design for the tank, because I have a better idea. Absolute power stance. Yep. And then I made like a little quick doodle of when it fired, she goes flying in the air because of the massive recoil. Speaking of stance, me and a couple of my friends are going through the Bizarre Adventures of JoJo. And so I did a drawing of if Fee was in the JoJo verse. I had fun with this one. I can totally see my name is Kira Yoshikage. Everything I touch turns into a bomb. Something, 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 killer queen bite. It's a dust. Yeah, I just thought it'd be funny if there was, since a lot of JoJo stuff is a reference to like bands or something musical. So Fee's stand here is named Cannonball Corpse. And its power is destruction. It can either explode like a firecracker or explode like a nuclear warhead. And this would be the stance that she would be in anytime she would talk to the JoJo crew. And they have long conversations, and she would be standing like this the entire time. But yeah, I had fun with that one. I need to actually make this one. This is just a quick concept. So I really like that reading of that poem. I messed up the lyrics here, or the lines here, but whatever. I just feel like that reading, that recording is perfect for anything with Fee. Of like a compilation with Fee. Of like them doing an invasion. Basically. And Fee, every time they're about to start a battle or an invasion or something, she gives a sermon to her troops. Because she is by Necru laws, she is allowed to do the job of clergy because, not because she is an extra mortai, but because she actually went through the education process to be part of the Regia, which is their clergy. So yeah, she is actually allowed to give blessings and do sermons and stuff. She is the only military officer who has that. Because she's the only one who even tried. I love doing drawings like this. Will she bless my marriage? Blessing by fire. I love doing drawings like this. This took me like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and I was giggling the whole time. It's so great because, like, this could be canon if I wanted to. This fits pretty well with how Fee is. And I can imagine, like, she did this once when she's told, like, there's no more Suda available, or she was denied, like, certain number of tanks or something like that. Like, she can act pretty dramatic sometimes. Oh. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. We've been going for 3.5 hours. But yeah, so next Friday we'll be doing art stuff. Gonna see how much of anything I get done. And then we'll continue with the Pal World Challenge run, and Sunday more art stuff. But yeah, if you enjoyed what I was doing here, be sure to follow, subscribe wherever you are. Also subscribe if you're on Twitch, because I could use some money. But if you can't, then you can't. That's kind of how that works. Check out my writing stuff. They're good, I promise. And yeah, just follow me on all sorts of places and share my stuff. I would really appreciate that. So with that being said, I will see you guys on Friday.